Welcome all to another session of Excel with Excelarator. Today we are going to see what are the named ranges and where we can use named ranges. But before moving ahead, we should know what is a named range. In simple words, Excel names that refer to cells, a range of cells, or a constant value, or a formula is called a named range. In other words, if I want to call this column by a name, I can assign a name to this column and this range will be called as named range. Now what is the use of named range? So just to give you an example, if I want to have addition of the column bonus amount in a cell, generally I would use sum if formula, select the range and press enter. So this is the sum total of bonus amount. But what if this cell is situated elsewhere in the sheet? So each time to see what does the sum signify, I will have to press F2 and then only I will come to know that this is the total of bonus amount. So to avoid this difficulty, we can use named ranges. Now let's see how we can name a range. A very simple way of naming a range is by selecting it, and we can simply go to this name box and I can enter the desired name. Now here I can name this as m underscore code, enter. So now, though the individual cells will have only the address, whenever I select the range, you can see the name coming up in the name box. Similarly, if I want to name this range with the name bonus underscore amount, I have named this, and now whenever I select this, you will see the name coming up in the name box. Now, as shown earlier, if I want to add or sum up all the bonus amount, now simply I will have to type the formula sum of what? I want sum of numbers in the column bonus amount. So I will have to just type in the named range and close the parenthesis, and there you go, you have the total. And if anybody comes up again, just by looking at the formula bar, he will come to know that this sum is sum of bonus amount. Now this is one way of naming the ranges. Another way of naming a range is go to formula tab, then go to define name option and define name. Now here I can use name scope, that is where okay, let's keep the current scheme. Okay, coming back to the Excel, scope for the name will be workbook, because I want to use this name in whole of the workbook. Comment if you want to have any description, and named range. Now named range, I can use this or anything like that. So let's see how it can be done. Define a name, go to define name, I want to name this as state, scope, workbook, comment or description, names of states in table, and it refers to what? This. Okay. And if you go to name manager, you will see bonus amount that we have already created, employee code that we have created, and this state. Now this refers to the column state. Close. The other way of doing it is you can select the desired column that you want to name. Simply click on create from selection, and now it will ask where is your name for the named range located. Now if I click top row, bonus percent will be the name of the range. Let's click OK, and let's see if it's done. Let's go to name manager, and there you go, bonus. So 19%, 14%, 15%, and so on, which matches with this. That means we have created a range named by name bonus. Let's close this. Let's repeat this once again. I will go to name manager. First I will delete all the names that I have created. Delete. Okay, close. Now let's give a name to whole of the table as scale underscore sheet. Enter. Now this table is named as scale sheet. If I want to create multiple names for each individual columns, I will just go here, create from selection. I want the names of the individual columns to be same as the names in the table. Top row. Okay. And if we go to name manager, now here you will see multiple names already created which correspond to column names in the table, and also you will see this scale sheet range which refers to whole of the table, that is A9 to H23, A9 to H23. Let's close it. So this is how you can name the ranges. Now let's see how we can make use of it. So again, let's keep the current color scheme. Let's go back to our tutorial, and here I have jotted down certain examples of how we can use named ranges. You can definitely try another options, but to go ahead, let's see if I want average stipend. So I will just type in a function named as average, open parenthesis. I want average of stipend, so let's start typing in, and it shows you the available name. Let's select stipend, closed parenthesis, and there you go, 5,483. Now let's check if it is correct. I will simply go here, is equal to average, open parenthesis, and instead of name I will select the range, close parenthesis, and enter. So these are the same figures. Now I can also use this with the logical operator or function using logical symbols or comparison operators. Let's see if I want sum of all the stipends where stipend is less than 2000. So we can use sumif function. You can also refer to my earlier videos if you don't know how to use sumif functions. You can go to either of my Facebook page or YouTube channel to see how to use sumif function. So coming back, I want total of stipends where stipend is less than 2000 rupees. So sumif range. Now what do I want to compare the criteria with? Stipend. So I will start typing in stipend. What is the criteria? I have already typed in less than 2000. And what is the sum range? I want to add up the figures in stipend only. So again I will put in stipend, closed parenthesis, and press enter. So that means total of stipend, where stipend amount is less than 2000, is 4101. Let's check it. I will apply the filter, data tab, filter, stipend, number filter, less than 2000 rupees. Okay, so if I check this, it gives me 4101. I will remove the filter. To save the time, I will use subtotal formula here to check our answers later. I want sum of this column. Sum has the operator number 9. Sum and count is equal to subtotal. For count, I'll put in 2 of what? The range stipend, close parenthesis. If I select the number filter again, less than 2000 rupees, so 4101. That is the answer that we have derived here. Now next I want to see, I want to know the count of the names where they end with NA. So this function I'll be using is equal to count if, similar to sum if, count if, range. What is the range? First name. If I asked, it gives us the name. And what is the criteria? I want names ending with NA, closed parenthesis. I'll press enter, and it tells us that there is only one name that ends with NA. So let's check it. Filter, text filter, ends with NA. Okay, so that is very much right. Only one record having name that ends with NA. Let's clear the filter once again. Now I want to add the stipend only if the state is Karnataka. How to do it? Using sum ifs, because I can also use sum if only. Sum if range. Now what do I want to compare? State. So named range is state. What is the criteria? Criteria is it should compare the name of Karnataka. And what do I want to sum? I want to add up the stipend for the state of Karnataka. So the named range would be stipend, and closed parenthesis, and it tells us that total of stipend where state is Karnataka is 10,287. Let's see if it is correct. State and Karnataka, so 10,287. that is pretty much right. Again, we will remove the filter. Also, we can use named ranges in lookups. How to use that? Let's see. Now what do I want? Let's create an example. Now here HJA, this code belongs to this column. So let's see, I want bonus percentage where employee code is HJA. So is equal to VLOOKUP. I'll be coming with VLOOKUP video soon. So but time being, you can refer here. Lookup value, what do I want to look up? I want to look up for the employee code HJA. where do I want to look it up for? Now table array. Now if you remember, we have named this total table as scale sheet. So let's see if it shows up. Yes, it shows up. And when I choose this, you will see the whole of the range is selected, comma. Now which column number I want in return? So 1 2 3 4 5 6, I want bonus percentage, so column number is 6. And do I want to match it exactly? Yes, definitely. I want employee code as HJE. So let's close the parenthesis and enter. So it says that the percentage bonus for employee code HJA is 15%. Let's see, HJA, and bonus percentage is 15%. You can also make use of two named ranges in single function, where the function is a multi-column calculation function. One of the functions is sum product. Now many times there is a situation that, as shown here, the bonus percentage is 19%, stipend is as given, and bonus amount hence is equal to stipend multiplied by bonus. Now what if I want bonus amount based on stipend and bonus? So one way is just inserting a column here, but what if I just want one amount, I don't need bonus amount? So there comes the function sum product. Here I will multiply bonus with stipend selected. These two columns will be multiplied and we will have sum of this multiplication. So that is 12,079 rupees. Let's see, that is equal to sum and 12,080, that is rounded up. So that is pretty much correct. So this is how you can use named range feature in MS Excel. But it is important to know that there are certain rules which you need to follow when you name a range. The rules are, the first rule is a name of the range can be a letter. It can start with a letter, with a underscore, or with a backslash. However, name of the ranges cannot be capital C, small c, capital R, or small r. Otherwise you can also name them with remaining characters as a single character. Second rule of naming the ranges is references are not allowed, that is addresses. I cannot name a range like is equal to B43 likewise. I cannot do that because it is a reference or an address. Third rule is spaces are not allowed. So if you have seen here in the formula tab, let's go to name manager. Even if the column name is first name, space is replaced with underscore. As I told you in the first rule, you can use underscore in the name. So underscore is allowed, but spaces in between two words is not allowed. That is the third rule. Fourth characteristics of naming the ranges is you can use maximum of 255 characters to name a range, but I don't think that anybody would want to name a range with 255 characters or so. And last thing, an important thing to know, that names of the ranges are not case sensitive. That means if I name a range as bonus, and if I try to name the range again as bonus with small b, then it would give me an error because named ranges are not case sensitive. So let's see if I selected this and I want to name this as small b and bonus. So it redirects me here, but it would not name the range. See, it hasn't named the range. If I try from here, sorry, if I name, I choose bonus j8 to j14, okay, and it gives me an error. This name already exists, so that means the names of the ranges are not case sensitive. You can use the name range feature in many of the functions, many of the functionalities, VLOOKUP, charting, and anywhere that you can think of. The simple idea behind naming the ranges is to ease your work and to have ready references to know where the figure comes from. Like here I can readily say that this is sum product of two columns named bonus and stipend. Here I can tell you that sum if, so state, I am the range of the criteria comparison is state, that I can tell you readily. Otherwise it would have been difficult and one needs to go to like press F2 and then see what is the range, what are the cells and columns covered in the function, etc. So I hope this feature of Excel helps you a lot in simple as well as difficult calculations that you do on daily basis. So stay tuned with Excelarator for next videos to come. If you like the tutorials, do subscribe to my channel, that is Excel with Excelarator, and do follow our page on Facebook. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye bye.